You watch 100 Mile Drive, and this is a dynamic drive part 2, and I'm back with the 2023 BMW X3 M40i, and today I'm gonna drive it on the twisty roads. I got my hat all ready to go, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how does it feel to drive, and I'm gonna give it a final feel score. Let's go. Alright, driving 2023 BMW X3 M40i on a canyon roads. I'm gonna start the car. I'm gonna put it in a sport mode. I got my sport display on, and that's not a sport display, this is the sport display, and ready to go. First I'm gonna do a quick acceleration, and then we're gonna discuss all its performance. Let's get on the road. Let's slow down for this. So the first thing we want to talk about the engine, and as you know, 2023 X3 BMW M40i has a B58 engine that is super capable. Like, this car's engine is just very responsive. I'm gonna let somebody in front of me go a little faster, and then I'll just floor it again from here just to show you, and then I'm gonna take a quick turn there. That's one thing about this car that is amazing, and if you know, most people get this car for the engine, and it shifts so crisp. That's so incredible. The brakes are amazing. Just one turn, quick turn here. Alright, so the engine is just amazing here. You have this engine in the Supra, you have this engine in, you know, Z4, X5, across all the different platforms. It sounds fantastic. It's very responsive. Paired with this mild hybrid, it's also efficient. So we got here a really good combination of everything. And then paired with this transmission, it downshifts so well. I just love it. Now the next thing, besides the engine, I want to talk about the steering in this car. And one thing I want to immediately point out, that even though this is the M Sport SUV, nevertheless it's an SUV platform. So the steering here, while it's responsive and it's very capable, is still less direct than, let's say, driving a 340i or like 440i. I'm not talking about M4, M5 cars. So the steering here is responsive, is direct, but in 340i and then 440i, it'll be a little quicker. It'll be a little bit more direct and a little quicker than in the SUV. So here, I can kind of tell that I'm driving in a crossover. Now you might ask me, well, if you are driving a crossover, obviously it's a taller platform. But wait till I bring a competitor to the BMW where the crossover drives just like a sedan, just like a coupe. Let's floor again, and this thing is just amazing to drive. So the steering is responsive. It is not slow. It is weighted, but it's not as fast as, let's say, I haven't driven X3M, so I can't speak for X3M, but I'll say the actual sedan's coupe steering is a little faster than this X3 M40i. The brakes on these cars are fantastic. I mean, if I have to stop, if I have to corner quickly, the brakes respond in this car really well. So brakes 100%, just like engine, brakes are 100% in this car. And the other thing, let's talk about suspension. How suspension is an X3 M40i. Now in my part 1, I already mentioned it's a basic suspension, but here on the canyon roads, that's exactly what we want, because we want the car to be as flat as possible through this turns on the canyon road. And that's exactly what this suspension is capable of doing. Like, it keeps the car very flat. It allows you to take that turn, and then, you know, there is some body lean. This car does have body lean, but it's very controlled. It's very in that controlled environment where it allows you to go quicker. It allows you to take those turns and literally have fun with it. Now the thing that I think Porsche Macan will do better, and that's the car I'm gonna bring on the channel, is that here you're driving the X3 platform, it feels that it's a heavier car. Like when I turn a little faster, this car does feel that it has to carry a lot of weight in the back, that it's a heavier car. It's a taller car. Moreover, it's a taller car, right? Not so much heavier, it's a taller platform. And while it does a fantastic job through these corners, certainly I can tell that I'm driving a crossover. So if I were to go on a real track, I could easily hit the limit of this car. But for any kind of dangerous situations, like the reason why I want to bring all these cars to canyon roads is because they open up here. Even if you have a Camry, Corolla, whatever the car you have, bring it on the twisty roads, drive it, and you'll become a better driver. You're gonna feel your car better. That's the whole reason I'm bringing these cars here. Not because this is M40i, but because this is where you should be driving it to feel it better. And back to the suspension, like I said, it's very controlled. It inspires confidence, but yet at the little faster speed, I can tell that, you know, it's a heavier car, and I can tell that it's an SUV platform. So it's not flat through the corners. It's very controlled. It can take higher speeds, but there'll be moments that it'll show its limits. Whereas in even the 4 Series that we had, 430i, I think I could carry more speed in that car because it would be more flat. Now, I'm not comparing SUV to sedan. That's not the right thing to do. But that's what these luxury crossovers like a BMW, Porsche, that's what they're so good at, trying to put all that technology, all that racing experience that they have into this taller platforms and make them drive, more engaging. And now I'm, like I said, so eager to compare this X3 M40i to Porsche Macan S, a direct rival, and just kind of share my feedback on how both of these cars will drive. Like, this car holds really well in the corners, but I can tell that I can quickly hit the limits. And because I'm driving in an SUV platform. Nevertheless, it is super engaging. It is super fun. This car is definitely a car if you can appreciate, and if you spend more time with it on the canyon roads, you will know how capable it is. Let's say in any dangerous situation, if somebody brakes in front of me, like, I know I can brake and this car will stop, or I can overtake someone in front of me very easily, and I know this car will hold me in place because that's just amazing how it steers through the corner. It's just a capable performer. And B58 is the heart of this car. Just how nicely it's capable of carrying you through all these. See how I saw this car was just stopped there. It just pushes you so nicely. It just so engaging. It is so dramatic. That's one thing I think the X3 M40i will be better than Porsche Macan S, is how dramatic this B58 is. But I haven't driven Porsche Macan S, and that's why I'm going to bring it on the channel, do a direct comparison, and then tell you how does it feel to drive. So this is pretty much it, guys, for the driving me on the canyon roads. It was just a quick review, and I just want to quickly once again summarize it. This is a really fun car to drive. If you have to make a choice between X3 30i and X3 M40i, like I already told you, you have to rent both of these cars, spend time with them, driving them on the city, canyon, and highway, and that's where both cars will open up, and you'll actually be able to decide which two of the cars you want to purchase. And X3 M40i is definitely a car for enthusiasts who appreciate its engine, who appreciate its a little bit firmness. It's a little heavier car, and obviously it's a much more dramatic, much more engaging car. So if this is something that you want, if driving puts smile on your face, then definitely X3 M40i is the way to go. So now let me go ahead and summarize it, and I'll give my final feel score for this car. Alright guys, and now this is the time for me to summarize 2023 BMW X3 M40i. What I really think about this car? Well, I think it's a great machine all around. It's a performer on the canyon roads. Like, you can have a lot of fun with this car. Its legendary B58 engine delivers a lot of performance and is very dramatic, and I love that part. It's fairly comfortable cruiser. Like, you can take it on the longer journeys, and you know, it's very roomy. It has a lot of room, and you can fit your family of four pretty comfortably. And it's efficient as well. Like, this car is only 1 mile per gallon less efficient than its 4-cylinder sibling, which is great. And if you're deciding between X330i and X3 M40i, well, it's a choice between comfort and performance. If comfort is your thing, then 30i is definitely your choice. If performance is your thing, then M40i is your choice to go with, and you're gonna appreciate everything else this car does, 100% guaranteed. And as far as the final feel score, what is the feel score for this car? Well, it's 8 out of 10. Basically, this car delivers pretty much on everything that I like, everything that I tested. I just wish it is a little bit more refined in terms of suspension. I just wish that, let's say, the 2024 model that is coming soon, that it's a bit more comfortable, or maybe they even offer air suspension for people who want that performance, but they still want a little bit better comfort driving this car in the city and highway. So this is all for this video. I hope you found some value in this, and if you did, please like this video, subscribe to this channel. We just recently hit 100 subscribers. Thank you very much for your support, and I'm hoping to deliver more value and bring more cars on this channel. Talk to you soon.